Hey everyone, today is December 8th, 2023, and I'm going to show you the connection between Mercury and stock market crashes. And to do that, we're going to have to go back to 1929, 46 days before the Black Monday. And this video is actually about these two dates. The first date is 12/13/2023, just 5 days away. And then at the end of the video, I'll show you why I think that the upcoming date actually is pointing to 2024. Okay, 12/13/2023, way too obvious, way too many connections to I think it's pointing to 2024. But we'll get that. We'll get to that. And I'll start here by kind of showing you the reasons I was looking at 12/13/2023. And it first started off by looking back at 1929 stock market crash in relation to Mercury. Now, Mercury is the Roman god of commerce and trade. So I thought, start looking at Mercury because there have been so many other Mercury connections that we've looked at lately. The JFK assassination is just riddled with Mercury connections. Mercury birthdays of celebrities, and just there's a ton of Mercury connections, and it being the Roman god of commerce, I thought, well, I'll take a look at Mercury in relation to the stock market crash of 1929, and I'm looking at specifically October 28th, like Black Monday. Black Monday was the largest loss, and then historically speaking, October 28th is an interesting date, which I've actually talked about a little bit before, but the Statue of Liberty was dedicated on October 28th. And in this video, a very interesting date that really kind of pulls everything together, kind of with the symbolism, I guess you could say, is the death of Matthew Perry. He died on October 28th, 2023. And then there's some other connections that I'll show you that a couple different channels from YouTube had pointed out to me to just make this video even better than it would have been if I would have done this a couple weeks ago. So let's go back to 1929 and look at Mercury here, the Roman god of commerce and trade. 9/12/1929, there was a maximum elongation of Mercury as an evening star on this date, and those elongation dates seem to be pretty important. I've showed you some maximum elongation dates of Venus and how they connected to certain events, but Venus and Mercury being what we're told is the interior planets, the elongation points or elongation dates can be very significant. So we had a maximum elongation of Mercury as an evening star, September 12th, 1929. And I thought, well, I'll just look at that date in relation to the stock market crash on 10/28, Black Monday, Black Moon Day. Oops. So we have stock market crash 46 days after a maximum elongation of Mercury. So I thought, let's just look 46 days on the other side of 10/28. And 10/28 on the 46 days on the other side of 10/28 is always December 13th. So that's what first started getting me to look into this 12/13 number, or 12/13 date. Now, go back to 9/11/2001, and I've showed you guys before, on 9/11/2001, Mercury was just breaking the horizon as the first plane hit at 8:46 a.m. Eastern Time on September 11th, and we've gone through the connection to JFK, Bruce Willis, some movies, but huge connection with Mercury and 9/11/2001. So 9/11/2001 to December 13th, 2023, just 5 days away, we have 8128 days. Now this is a super interesting number and a very rare number because it's a perfect number. Now if we look at a list of perfect numbers here, you can kind of go through this if you want, kind of see where the the origin of these perfect numbers are. But here are the first 4 perfect numbers, right? And after that, they get just unreasonably large to even deal with. But first perfect number is 6, second 28, third 496, and the fourth perfect number is 8128. And 8128 days after 9/11/2001 is 12/13/2023. But 8128 is also a triangular number. It's the 127th triangular number. Now, I'll show you guys this in a second here. This goes with 12/13/2024. I'll show you that here in a second as well. Okay, so Zenith of the Alpha, he has his own YouTube channel. I can leave a link in the description for his channel. But he left me a message on my last video telling me that this date of 9/11/2001 and 12/13/2023 are connected because on 9/11 buildings 1, 2, and 7 fell. So there's where we're getting our 127th triangular number and 2001 connection, because we had buildings 1, 2, and 7. So that's a that was the numerical connection I guess I was missing. I was looking at this perfect number, but I didn't reconcile this 127. So a big thank you to Zenith of the Alpha for pointing that out to me. I think it makes this connection even better. Also, Bobby Simpson from the Bobby Simpson channel, or Casey Jones channel he goes by now, but coming up on December 13th, 2023, 5 days here, we're going to have a Mercury retrograde, right? And astronomically speaking, a Mercury retrograde means the planet will appear to stop and then reverse its motion in the sky. But the astrological meaning is kind of a disruption and misfortune. But it's not necessarily in a bad way, but disruption and misfortune are associated with Mercury retrograde. So that's just coming up on 12/13/2023 as well. Let's go with these number connections and the fall of buildings 1, 2, and 7. Okay, so here's I'll just do a quick visualization of the retrograde here. I'll set my date to 12/1/2023. Here's Mercury here. So we'll just watch Mercury. I'll set the star trails on. So right when we hit 12/13, it's going to stop and then reverse course. Right? That would be the visualization of the retrograde on 12/13. Right? Mercury is right on the point. So that's what it looks like from our perspective. If we're watching Mercury, that would be the retrograde motion. It's going to appear to reverse its course in the sky. All right, so let's look at some of these other slides I have here. Now, this was on October 28th, 2023, just a couple months ago. Matthew Perry had just died, and I did some quick calculations, and I had sent this over to Bobby Simpson. I said Matthew Perry died on his 225th Mercury birthday. I thought that was, pretty interesting. I just immediately looked at that because Mercury is it's connected to so many other celebrities and events. So right away, I looked at the Mercury connection for Matthew Perry, and he just happened to die on that 225th birthday. So if we take a look at Matthew Perry, let's see here. You can see he was born on August 19th, 1969, died October 28th, 2023, and he died in his hot tub. He died in the water, right? He died in the water. Now, water, of course, has a huge connection to our financial system. All the money terms that are connected to water, currency, banks like a river bank, cash flow, liquidity, and the whole court system is, inextricably linked to the monetary system. And it's interesting because this 28th day of October, 10/28, Mercury has a magic square of 2080. That's another 28. 28 is the second perfect number, right? 28. Title 28 in the U.S. Code is all the, judicial stuff for the U.S. Code. And then if you go back and look at perfect numbers in relation to stock market crashes, September 17th, 2001, right, there was a big loss in the stock market, 684.7% loss on 9/17/2001. Right, 6 days after 9/11, first perfect number. 6 days, 12/13/2023, coming up 81/28 days. I looked at these other 2 dates that connected to the number of days after 9/11, didn't really see anything, but it's just too much of a coincidence to, to look past, the perfect number connection with these stock market crashes, with 9/11/2001, and then coming up here, connected to 12/13/2023, which I'm going to show you how I think it connects more to 2024. All right, so let's go back to the slide here. So Matthew Perry, his connection here that we're going to use to make the connection to 2024 here. So he was born on August 19th, 1969, and he died on 10/28/2023, 19,793 days, divided by a mercurial year, and he died on his 225th Mercury birthday. So 19,793 divided by 87.969, right? Pretty much exactly within, just several hours of his 225th Mercury birthday, Matthew Perry dies. Okay, so, and he died in the hot tub, water related. So now if we go from Matthew Perry's birth to 12/13/2024, you can see it's 20,205 days, right? Died on his 225th mercurial birthday, and then next year on 12/13 is 225, right? There's 46 days after 10/28. And that 46, of course, that's a very significant number because it connects to the, human DNA, right? We have 46 chromosomes, 23 from each parent, for a full complement of, 46 chromosomes when a child is, formed. So there's that connection as well. That 46 is always I always see that as a DNA connection. 23 and 46, very, very important numbers linked to DNA. And okay, so let's go back here. There's this 225 and 19,793, the mercurial here. So super interesting. Now we're going to take a look at, of course, Matthew Perry. Obviously, his most famous role is in the sitcom Friends. And if you look at 12/13/2024, you can see it's a Friday. It's a Friday, December 13th, 2024. Has this Matthew Perry connection to his mercurial death day. And FRIENDS, right? Friday ends. And of course, the intro, this is the beginning of the intro to the Friends sitcom, right? They turn on the water fountain, right? The water fountain. And I didn't do a screenshot, but in this intro, Matthew Perry actually spits water out of his mouth like the fountain. But at the end of the Friends intro, right, they're all sitting on the couch facing the water fountain, and then Monica turns off the lights, and then all the lights turn off. Okay, so if you look at this, Friday ends, right? Ends, the water has the water, and water is connected to banking and the judicial system. Okay, now let's take a look at these notes. These notes are actually from about 4, maybe 5 months ago. Here's my initial chicken scratch into looking at the Pluto return for 2024, right? I made this community post about 3 months ago or whatever. But 11/1/2024 is going to be the Pluto return for the United States of America and the founding of the United States of America. And we'll go through that later. But I kind of made this just to, kind of save my spot on that date. But 11/1/2024, we're going to be going through that. And then these dates, other dates on here, are all for 10/28/2024, right? That anniversary date of that stock market crash, I think, is super important, and there's just a ton of connections here. So 10/28/2024 is the 1031st Mercury birthday of the United States of America, the founding. Let's see, after World War II, it's 28/9/11, right? That's our 28. That's our perfect number, 9/11. Just wrote that down here. Can't remember what this 7/31/2013 is. I didn't write the event there. It's 1,377 days after the inauguration of Joe Biden. At 1377, of course, is the gematria value of Revelation 8:11, right? The wormwood star that crashes into the water, right? Makes the water bitter. War of the Worlds was at Mercury Theater. I'm not sure where the connection there is, but there's a Mercury connection there. Michael Myers, it's a Halloween thing. Michael Myers in, I think, this is gematria here. Ordinal 131, extended was 1031, just like we have the 1031 Mercury birthday. Michael Myers, Halloween, masks, horror movie. And then 4/8/2024, the eclipse that makes the X. 10/28 is going to be 203 days after that, and then this 10/28 is the 302nd day of the year. Right, palindrome, kind of a palindrome there. And then it's actually another Mercury birthday for JFK. It's his 446th Mercury birthday on 10/28/2024. And we're going to go through these. I'll go through this date. I got some notes on this, 11/1/2024, the Pluto return. But I just wanted to show you the 10/28 anniversary dates, very important, very connected. And the Matthew Perry Mercury connection. But yeah, 12/13 coming up here in 5 days. I think I don't think we're going to see any kind of catastrophic stock market anything. I'm going to keep an eye out and see what happens on this date in 5 days here, but I think 2024, there's going to be a lot of events in 2024, I think. Late 2024. I'm going to go with that just because the Mercury return, the stock market, the 1929 stock market connection, the Mercury birthday of the United States and of America, and this 12/13 date. It's just crazy how it links like that to Matthew Perry and Friends and the water. And this 225 here. Let me see what 225 is. I haven't really looked at the 225 here. '15th square. Yeah, I'll have to look more into that. But okay, guys, just wanted to show you all those connections. Once again, thanks to Bobby Simpson and Zenith of the Alpha for pointing out the extra connections to 9/11 with the triangular number 127, with buildings 127, and this retrograde date. Okay, guys, thanks for watching.